If you have small children like me, you probably hear some of these songs like sharing is caring, and they talk about it quite a lot from what they're hearing from their other friends. Well, that's what I want to talk today, sharing and our expectations for our children according to their age. Hi, and welcome to Learning Life. Thank you so much for joining me today. And hey, if you like this, why not subscribe? Because we're bringing out content regularly, and that way you can stay on top of it. Well, today I want to talk about sharing. You see, I've been involved in some conversations recently where I've had friends and sort of acquaintances saying, well, my child's not doing this, so they're not doing that, and they're not. And I'm like, whoa, that's actually totally okay, because that's actually really not where they're meant to be at developmentally. And I feel like sometimes that we're pushing our children earlier and earlier and are expecting things of them earlier and earlier. And one of those key things is sharing. And I do hear this all the time. My child's not sharing, or they don't get it. I'm like, you know what? We don't fully understand the concept of sharing until we're about age 7. That means we have many years that we need to be teaching our children about sharing, many years that they need to be grasping this concept and the different nuances of it, because sharing isn't just letting somebody play with my toys. It's maybe giving some of my food to you. It's a caring and compassionate sort of thing. So really, sharing, can we be expecting our 3-year-olds to fully grasp it? No, they're really not. That's why we're probably going to get some more meltdowns, and that's why we have to spend some time really building into our children and understanding what sharing is. Now, I have twin girls who are pretty much the same size, so their wardrobe is the same. Now, they've picked out certain things that they like to claim just for their own, but for most things, they're switching in and out like all the time. Toys is the same. They've got a few things that are just special to them, but everything else is just sort of switched in and out. And in a way, they understand sharing a little bit better, I think, even for their age. They are 5, they still share a bed. That's how they want it. But then along the way, we've had to learn, they're really good about their toys, like playing with them. But if somebody else comes in, they're like, oh, no, these are ours. You see, that's the stage that they're at. They're learning this. It might be like, hey, would you like some of my peanut butter cup? Or would you like to have a bit of that? They're learning that sometimes sharing is actually splitting something that you have to give, or sharing is taking turns. And I'm going to let you play with my toy for a little while, and then I can have it back. We have to really build into them as well, like, what is sharing? What is it? How do we do it? How do we show somebody that we care by our actions? Actually, on Facebook the other day, it brought up a story that I'd posted. I'd taken the girls to the park. They were almost 3, I believe. And we're in the no stage with one of my girls. And this little girl came up. We just got onto the swings and we're playing. And she came up and she goes, well, it's my turn. I'm like, okay, well, we just got onto the swings. So can we just have a few minutes and then you can have a turn? And with that, she turns and shouts out to her mum, they're not sharing and I was here first. I'm like, oh, honey, no, you weren't. But, I'm being nice and polite, and I'm like, you know what? We just got on. Can my girls have a few minutes with the swings, and then you can have a turn? Well, that was not good enough for her, and it was not good enough for her older sister. It was all about, that my girls had to share, and that I'm like, you know what? Actually, they don't. I know that we're in a public place, and so there's different things, but let's go and look at that. Do our kids actually have to share everything all the time? No. And I don't think that we should expect our children to be sharing everything. That random stranger in the park that wants to play with your child's toy, guess what? Your child does not have to share. It is totally okay to say no, but we've sort of come in society to this place where, well, if you say no to this child, well, then you're selfish. I don't think that that's the case at all. And so we have to look at teaching sharing. In fact, I think we can sort of really almost split it and sometimes maybe just taking away that word share. Share can actually be a little bit confusing, especially when they're younger. We want to build it in. It's like, yes, this is your toy, but maybe your friend could play with it for a little while. Would that be okay? Or, your sister wants to play with it. Your brother wants to play with it. Your father would like to play with it. Whatever it is, can we take it in turns? And then I tend to use share, as I said, like if it's food, would you like to share my juice box with me? Would you like to share that? I feel it's okay because we're not really getting it back, but I try to keep share out of our vocabulary as much as possible right now because I'm wanting them to understand fully what that concept is. Now, I really feel that we need to teach sharing, and there are some strategies that we can do to be teaching them, like taking turns. Yes, you have a turn and then you switch it out. And with that, set a time limit. So you get to play with it for 5 minutes and then they get to play with it for 5 minutes. Can we do that? Or can we play with it together? That's another way that we can share the time or the thing that we have. Take it in turns or play with it together. And if you're going to have people come over and play, let them put away their special toys. We do that. My girls have things that are special just to them. And it sort of almost upsets them to think that maybe somebody would play with something that really is just special to them. Put it away, because if it's special to your child, totally okay. They don't have to share that. And in that, we need to validate feelings. Why are you feeling this way? Or, when we're out and about, like, but it's mine and I don't want to let them have a turn. Okay. All right. I get that. Can we find out why? Talk to them about their feelings. They might be feeling worried or maybe concerned that this person is going to break it. Talk it through with them. Feelings are always important, and feelings and sharing, the feelings within sharing can be really tricky, especially when we're with our littles. And you can also model what you could be doing. Model sharing, whether it's with food or other items, with toys, modeling that taking turns. Role play. This is really good. If you're seeing like the fights, have to do this with my girls. Let's be like, so when you just snatched that toy, away from your sister, how do you think she felt? Can I show you how I think she felt? And just explaining and showing them and demonstrating, this is how it hurt my heart, or it made me feel this way, or, even just showing them their behaviors. This is what you looked like when you reacted that way. Role play is really good. You can do it as a family. It's great for underlying and supporting these concepts. And then praise. Praise is always good. Be like, what? I noticed today that you were letting your friends play with your toys. I saw that you were taking turns on the swing or on the trampoline. I saw that your very special treat that you love, that big bowl of ice cream, that you let your sister have some of that. That's really cool. And don't pull your hair out and be like, they're 2, they're not getting it. They're 3 and they're not getting it. They're 4. Guess what? It might not be until they're 7. Okay? We have a number of years that we need to just really build through with this. They might be 7. And so we've got many years that we're going to be teaching about sharing, but it's good and it's fun. And sharing is caring. So I hope this helped you, and I have other content, so check out my website, LearningThis.Life. If you really like these videos and would like to partner with us to keep bringing out more content, please just join us on Patreon. And thank you so much, and share this video if you know someone that this might help.